Jay Gabler, arts and entertainment reporter at the Duluth News Tribune, back with another special episode of the DNT Minute featuring my column, Front Row Seat. This week, talking about a new biography of an iconic celebrity born in the 1940s in northern Minnesota. Nope, not that one. Jessica Lange and Bob Dylan aren't often discussed together, but there are some striking similarities in their lives and careers. Both were born in northeastern Minnesota in the 1940s. Both have had itinerant, questing careers that have fascinated their worshipful fans. Both have maintained connections to their home state, but both have been criticized for not remaining connected enough. In 1983, a Cloquet newspaper reporter told the Los Angeles Times, "I think the general feeling about her is, who cares? You'd think the fact that she's up for 2 Academy Awards would be a big deal, but she's never embraced the community." Anthony Uzorowski includes that quote in his new biography, Jessica Lange, An Adventurer's Heart. At 222 pages, it's a concise account that, understandably, primarily focuses on the actor's career on screen and stage. Although Uzorowski doesn't uncover anything particularly new and noteworthy about Lange's Minnesota history, the book still serves as a readable introduction for anyone hoping to understand how a shy northern Minnesota girl became a star of historic proportions. Lange enrolled at Cloquet High School in 1966 as both a local native and the new girl in town. She was born in Cloquet in 1949, but her family moved around the state and had most recently been living in Detroit Lakes. The caption under her yearbook photo read, "Artistic, dramatic, and fun as she, a new girl Cloquet was glad to see." Active in art and theater, Lange was cast as the star in a high school production of Rebel Without a Cause, only to have the production abruptly called off when a girl at the school was murdered by a fellow student. During a 2008 commencement address at Sarah Lawrence College in New York, Lange said, "I graduated from high school in a worn-out little mill town in northern Minnesota. Art was going to be my way out." At the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, Lange became close to 2 photographers who offered her a chance to join a documentary project in Spain. She dropped out of school to become a globe-trotting free spirit, ultimately landing in New York and becoming, as one does, involved with mime. Lange skyrocketed to global fame when she was picked to star in a blockbuster 1976 remake of King Kong. Lange used her clout to pursue more challenging roles and demonstrate her chops as an actor, earning 2 Oscar nominations in a single year for 1982's Frances, she was nominated for lead actress, and the same year's Tootsie, nominated for supporting actress, an award she won. She would win her second Oscar a dozen years later for the movie Blue Sky. Her adventurer's heart led Lange to Sam Shepard, who would become her long-term partner and father of her 2 youngest children. Lange and Shepard spent time together in Minnesota making the movie Far North and living in Stillwater for about a decade starting in the mid-1990s. Neither of the two seems to have been particularly pleased with their Stillwater stay. Lange complained of the town becoming yuppified, while Shepard declared, "I can't stand Minnesota." But Lange always kept close emotional bonds with her Northland family. Shepard was also fascinated with the land and people up north. Lange's family inspired the locally made Far North, which Uzorowski argues fell flat because writer-director Shepard didn't want to probe too deeply into the family's personal dynamics. The year Far North was released, 1988, Jessica Lange told Vanity Fair, "It's such an eccentric, strange film. For me, it's very personal. I've never done anything so close, literally and figuratively, to home. I don't know how I feel about it yet." It would be fair if Lange felt the same way to this day about the Northland generally. Still, Lange has maintained ties to the area where she's seen regularly and which she featured in a 2019 photography book titled Highway 61, an homage to both the highway and to Bob Dylan's 1965 album Highway 61 Revisited. It was the first record Lange ever bought. At the time of the book's release, Lange even participated in a New York Times interview while driving along Minnesota Highway 61, something that's impossible to imagine Dylan doing under any circumstance. As Lange freely piloted her green 1967 Mercedes north toward Castle Danger with a New York Times reporter, she chortled, "My kids used to say, 'Mom, pick a lane.'" While Uzorowski's book doesn't have the scope or sourcing to dive deep, the readable account is very welcome. Well, Sam Shepard has been showered with critical attention. It's been decades since anyone's attempted a full biography of Lange. That absence has been all the more striking given that she won a new generation of fans through her work on American Horror Story from 2011 to 2018. I'm hesitant to suggest tying Lange and her legacy any more closely to that of Shepard, but a book examining their long relationship might be the right next step to shed light on both artists. David Haydew's Positively 4th Street about Dylan's relationship with Joan Baez may be the best book on either of those two. For an extraordinarily wide swath of people, Lange and Shepard have each represented an alluring intersection of talent, integrity, and physical beauty. Between them, Lange and Shepard earned the fascination of everyone from Mikhail Baryshnikov to Bob Dylan to Bob Fosse to Patti Smith. Their fascination with each other proved so abiding, it kept them together long past the point when most show business relationships would have blown to the wind. The fact that they spent years together in Minnesota, a time during which each of the two came to their own terms with Lange's local roots, adds to the interest of their relationship for those of us who are also trying to figure out just what it is about this place that sticks in a person's heart and refuses to be dislodged. When asked in 2019 about her favorite city, Lange cited Paris, New Orleans, and Duluth. Because it's home, she said. Shout out to Duluth. That's this week's column. I'll be back next week with a story all about a new exhibit at Split Rock Lighthouse. Until then, I'm Jay Gabler, Duluth News Tribune.